Okay, can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? No sound, no sound, no sound. Devin is just ignoring the fact that there's no sound. Is there sound now? Okay. Well, I think in settings you'd have to turn off probably the speaker upstairs when I was long arming.
So just connect to the iPhone speaker.
I don't know. Okay, so anyways, welcome to Fabric Chicks Live. Just so you know, this is a disclaimer. We are not techie people. We've just been thrown into this universe and we're rolling with it. So we are grateful that you put up with our untechiness. But we have lots of things to cover today because it feels like I haven't seen you guys in forever. But we did just get back from Art Quilt Tahoe. We were up there for a week. It was fantastic. If you and I don't know. We Fabric Chicks we do our own retreats, but they're very laid back, low key, no teacher. You just kind of do what you want to do. This was a completely different experience. So if you ever get the chance to go to Art Quilt Tahoe, I strongly suggest it. You're not only taking a class with one of the best teachers that exists in the United States, but you're also surrounded by all of the teachers. So they bring in like 8 teachers, and at every meal, so lunch and dinner, not every meal because breakfast is everybody wants to get to their classes, but after lunch and after dinner, the teachers and each teacher does a lecture or presentation. So you kind of get to learn from all of the teachers that are there. Anyways, it was fantastic. If you get a chance, definitely, I would say it's something you should have on your bucket list. So that is my little spiel about Art Quilt Tahoe. We had a great time. Now we're back to the grind. We're trying to unpack the bins and put the shop back together before everybody comes in tomorrow. Since we haven't been here, I'm sure we're going to have a lot tomorrow. But on top of that, Devin and I went and cleaned out one of our favorite customers' sewing rooms today. And so we've got a lot more stuff. So we haven't even unloaded it from the van because we felt like we needed to unload all the stuff from Art Quilt Tahoe first before we get to that. So that's kind of where we're at. Jennifer Evans, I am so sorry about yesterday. I remembered on Friday, and then somehow by Sunday, I thought it was a good idea to go for a hike, which I'm not really sure why. I'm paying the price now. My feet are killing me. I did 17 miles this weekend. Anyways, on to really important things. I'm going to show you today how to bedazzle a panel. There's all kinds of ways to bedazzle a panel. The panel behind me, I don't know if Devin can get in close. He can show you where a lot of you save the avocado wrappers for me and the different fibers and things. So we have silk yarns on here, silk yarns, silk ribbons, some regular yarn there. Just a variety of stuff. This is the bag that your apples, I think, come in. We've got some tulle here, just some loose fibers in here, some tulle. Avocado bags are right here on the leaves, just to give it some fun texture. Bedazzling panels is just kind of, you're taking great artworks. Of course, Stephanie Brandenburg's artwork is my favorite, but you're taking great artwork and then you're just kind of putting your own flair to it. So the artist has already made it really easy for you to be pretty creative. So that's what I'm going to show you today. And the panel that I'm going to do, because somebody in the class on Friday, and you might have gotten an email today that said that the Bedazzle class was Thursday, but it's not. It's Friday. So we will reconfirm with everybody signed up. But if you're looking to sign up for the class, it is this Friday from 10 to 3. You can do any panel you want. So I have a lot of people doing the sunflower panel, and then this new panel that I'm going to show you. And if you're in the Veggies of the Month class, that's also going to be on Saturday. And then Doris's felting is going to be on Monday. So that is just so that we're all on the same page. Sometimes it gets a little bit crazy around here at Fabric Chicks. So this is the panel that I have not bedazzled, but it is one of my favorite Stephanie Brandenburg panels. And so I'm just going to kind of go quickly over what I do when I'm bedazzling a panel. And I've got some really fine, crappy scissors here, which is kind of good because I'm cutting through tulle and different things. A lot of plastic here. But just to show you kind of what I've already done here is, you know me, I love glitter. So I put some black glitter here and some silk ribbons. And then I pin it, and I use big fat pins. I hate these pins except for to hang quilts and for bedazzling. The reason I want the big fat pins when I'm bedazzling is so that I can see them. And as I'm stitching things down, I can pull the pins out. So just kind of a quick idea of what we do. I'll have a big palette of stuff that I'll use. I kind of like to have the stuff throughout the quilt so that I'm not introducing a lot of new stuff, but kind of a pile of the same stuff, but with options. Okay. So there's no finite rule on that, but I'm just going to kind of take this. I'm going to look at where the flower starts. And this one's kind of a tricky one because I think this is a petal. So I'm just going to kind of assume that it's coming out this way. A leaf is plopping this way, a leaf here, and a leaf here. So I would just kind of, I don't even know really, but just for the sake of this, since I haven't really studied it, I'm just going to kind of come down like this. I like to start in the center, but I'm not really sure. This iris is a little bit tricky. So I'm going to just kind of start here and then kind of go with the flow of the petal, kind of like a vein would. And then I'm just going to cut it right about here. And then I would start up again, maybe here. I'm not going to do all of the curves, but I just kind of, you're just giving the illusion really of the dimension. You're not repainting the whole scene. And then down to here. So just kind of a quick overview of how you really just kind of slap it on. And I do put a stabilizer on the back. So you can see here, I've got Soft Flex ironed onto here. And Soft Flex is kind of a crazy interfacing. I tried ironing it from the back and from the front to see if I could avoid little wrinkles. You definitely want to iron it from the front because if you do get a wrinkle in the front, you can kind of work it out. If you're ironing from the back and you get a wrinkle in the front, you don't really see it until it's too late. Although I did just pull the Shape Flex off and then re-ironed it on to smooth out one of the wrinkles. So just kind of a little tip there. So I'm just going to pull this down to here. Sometimes I like to flatten the ribbon, the silk ribbon out. And sometimes I like to twist it. So it just kind of depends. So I'm just going to put a pin right here. And so you get the idea. That's kind of the start of the bedazzling. And then I've got some crazy tulle here that I put here on this leaf. I don't want to cover all the artwork up. I just want to add some fun texture. So I love this kind of like netting or these bags. And with these bags, I don't know, potatoes come in them or something, but I'll totally stretch it and manipulate it so that all the holes are not the same size. Sometimes I'll put some holes, I'll rip it to give it kind of a more jaggedy edge. It just kind of depends. So that is my little show and tell on bedazzling. I do have one little piece up here where I did the black wiry stuff, just kind of over this darker petal. The color still shines through, but it gives it a little bit of texture. And then in the sunflowers, I've been debating since I started bedazzling this 5 minutes ago. I've been debating what I want to do in the center of these. Typically, I will do like a big yarn fibery kind of a thing and then use wash away and stitch it and put it on there. But I kind of like this, which I really hate to say. I might cut up a second panel so that I can use this, but put Texture Magic under it and then steam it. It will shrink 30%. I don't want to shrink this panel. I thought about putting the Texture Magic right behind this where the interfacing is and then shrinking this. But what will happen if you do that on the actual panel is it will shrink and distort your panel like this, and you'll never be able to get your panel straight. So if you want to do the fabric magic, the shrinky stuff, you have to have another panel, the center of the fabric, and shrink that and then applique that onto this. So I'm not sure. Hopefully by Friday's class, I've got this well underway. I'm hoping to have it all finished if Devin lets me go upstairs and create. If he can run the downstairs, I'm hoping. So that is Bedazzling Flowers. That's your little demo for today. And let me see if you've got comments or anything. Okay, Sue, watch later. If you want this panel, the panel I just showed, here, let me just put a number on that. I even thought about not bedazzling that panel, but using that on the back of a vest. I think that would be really pretty. Okay, if you want the panel I just showed, S133 is $13. S133 is $13, and that's for the panel that I just showed. So if you want this panel, and then I will kit up the stuff that I bedazzle it with. I will put that into a kit. If you can't make the class this Friday, but you want the recording of it, we can send you the recording. So that is, if you want the panel, I know this is really bad, but if you want the panel that I just showed you, S133 is $13. S133 is $13. And then just to show you some other bedazzled things that we have, I'll show you these ones in a minute. Okay, let me see if I okay, Jennifer, perfect. Let's see. Okay. Oops. Did I miss any comments that I need to? Oh, just can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, so this panel that's behind me, if you want that panel, it is actually two panels. So the way the printing process is, unless they do a digital print, they could only print like 2/3 of a yard at a time for a repeat. So what Stephanie did with these is she did, oh, Candy, you crack me up. You're good at multitasking. So what I've done here is I've sewn these two panels. So there's a right and a left to the panel. And right here, and I had to really look and feel to find it because I've stitched over the seam so you can't really see it. But right here is where the two panels have been stitched together. Right here, you can kind of see there. Right here, I've stitched the left and the right together. So this is what it looks like before you bedazzle it. The panel is S131 for $26, and that's both panels. So I'm going to come out here and show you real quick. Hey, Terracotta, it's good to see you. So this is the left side of the panel. And then this is the right, the right side. So you sew them together right like this so that you get the bigger panel. I'm going to have Devin just shoot the camera over to the corner, and you can see the sunflower that we did, although we've sold out of that one. But I'm going to take you up real close. You can kind of see what, how fun it is to bedazzle. But don't get too excited because that one is gone. But you can kind of see how we used yarns and things in the center of the panel. So it's just kind of a different idea of what you can do to make it your own. So hopefully I don't get you sick since I stole the phone from Devin. So S131 is $26. S131 is $26 if you want the two panels to make the quilt behind me. And then And oops, it fell. Let me pin this back on here so that if you guys order a flower, we'll know which one is which. Most of you already have these panels. You just need to get them out and do them. This is S129 for $33, and that includes the silks, the tools, the apple bags, the all the different things that I use to embellish it. So S129 is $33. If you want all of the embellishing things, you probably have them inside your house. If you don't want to bedazzle the quilt and you just want to, or even if you want to bedazzle it, but you want a nice setting, here is a pattern for that, S130. S130 is $12, and that's for a panel pattern to just sew the panel together. And then let's see. Just to give you a little bit more inspiration, this is the sunflower panel that you can also choose from. And we do have some options today, believe it or not, if we can get ourselves together. This is the sunflower panel that is bedazzled. So we do have this panel plain, or we have the kit to bedazzle it. So this is what it looks like when you put all the fun embellishments on it. And then this is what it looked like originally. So S126 is $13. S126 is $13. And that is for the original panel before it's bedazzled. So kind of a fun sunflowery, good for this time of year. Really, it's so pretty. It's good for any time of the year. And then if you want the panel with the embellishing kit, if you want everything, it's also got the shape flex in there. S125 is $45. S125. Jennifer Evans, which kit? It's possible to get any kit you want. We can pull the panel out for sure. S125 is the sunflower kit with the panel. And then we also have another one. So this is the pillow that we bedazzled. If you want something kind of easy. This one I did kind of a different technique. I layered the silks down, and then I put the wash away on top, and I sewed all over it, but you couldn't really see what you were sewing because the wash away was on it. So that's when I decided that I would rather see where I'm sewing. And then if my foot gets tangled up in a silk, I just cut it and keep sewing. But I would rather see where the veins are so I know where to stitch than to kind of sew that blind. So that was kind of a lesson that I don't like to have the wash away over all my silks and then just crazy stitch. If you want the kit for the pillow, S128 is $22.95. So if you want to take this week's class and you want something that is pretty fast, I'm sure all the silks are in there. Whoever put this kit together, yeah, all your embellishments are like literally hidden in between your panel. So everything is in the kit. S128 is $22.95. If you just want the panel, S127 is $13. S127 is $13 if you want just the panel. So that's kind of nice. It has the front and the back of the pillow. S127 is $13. And then just because Devin is getting ready to put panels and things back up on the walls that were left, that we didn't sell out of, I'm going to show them to you before, because we are running low with the South Lake Tahoe. So if you want it, now's your chance to get it. Maybe. Yeah, this one. So this is the one we only have like 4 or 5 more panels left. S124 is $14.95. One of the gals at the retreat was going to make reusable shopping bags for her kids. with this panel because they used to vacation up in Tahoe. S124 is $14.95 for the Lake Tahoe panel. And then I don't think we've shown you this one. It just came in. This is the S123. S123 for you Californians. I believe these are all in California, but I'm not sure. That's kind of crazy that California would have 4 national parks. But don't quote me. I'm not positive. S123 is $14.95. They're cute little vintage artwork. So if you want to make reusable shopping bags, this is perfect for that. Okay, that is all we have. Stephanie, this panel that I demoed on, this panel here is S133. S133 is $13 for this panel. That one's a beautiful one with the browns and the oranges and rusts and blues. It really is kind of my favorite, I think, of all of her panels. 133. Terracotta, we have not gotten your box yet. But I believe tomorrow we're gonna get an insanely huge amount. Our mail lady, she only delivers, if we're lucky, like twice a week. So she knew that we weren't going to be here last week. I did go to the post office a couple times last week to pick stuff up, but it wasn't there. So I think that she just marks that we're not here sometimes, even when we are here. But I'm sure she's going to do it tomorrow. I'm sure she'll deliver it tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Oh, tomorrow is a holiday. Oh, I told Devin we should run to the post office when we went to get all this stuff. So we literally we helped clean out a sewing room today, and we literally only did the closet, which was not that big, and it filled up like 4 layers of the van. So we have to go back on Wednesday and get the rest of the stuff. But I did tell Devin that tomorrow was a holiday, but then on our way home we forgot. You can't trust our brains for anything. So Wednesday, Terracotta, we'll get the mail on Wednesday, apparently. Oh, okay. So I have 4 goodie bags left over, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 goodie bags left over that we put in the Art Quilt Tahoe goodie bags. So I'm just going to pick 4 winners out of here. Hey, Diana, it's good to see you. Oops, they all just fell on the table. Okay, I'm putting them back. Okay, let me know if you're here. I have Dinah Marie Burgess. I have Laura Villardo. I have Sue Cobe. And I have Brenda Yagi. Let me know if you guys are here. Peggy, I got the van back, but I have to call him and tell him it's got a few issues. And now the check engine light just came on. But we tried to use the heater up in Tahoe, and the heater wasn't working. So I think some things, because they had to take the van completely apart. So like the top of the van was hanging from the ceiling, and then the bottom of the van was on the ground because they couldn't get into the engine otherwise. So I think when they put it all back together, everything didn't get put back together quite right. So like wires like dangle on I wear flip-flops a lot, and wires are like touching my toes, which freaks me out. So there's a lot of, I think a few issues. I got to take it back, but I have to wait till after Wednesday because Wednesday we have to go clean out some more of the sewing room. Okay, Brenda's here. Brenda's here. Laura Villardo, Sue Cobe, Dina. I know, Peggy, I know. But I got to go pick up I got to go load it up on Wednesday. Well, I got to unload it tonight or tomorrow, and then I got to reload it up on Wednesday. You guys are going to be so excited with the treasures that we found. It's pretty incredible. Okay, going once. Laura Velardo, Carolyn Gavranich, Sherry Saul, Dinah Marie. I know Sue had to go. It's so sad. Sue, you should tell him you can't work anymore. Just retire. Okay, Sharon Weber, Carolyn Gavranich, Sherry, Laura, Dinah, Carolyn's here. Okay. Oh my God! Look at this! Look at this! I've got three Sua Cobes in my hand. I think maybe that was meant to be. Okay, we're just gonna give Sue one because we don't really want her watching while she's driving, anyways. Okay, I'm gonna put Sue on here. I think Carolyn and Sharon Weber. Okay, sometimes it's so hard to give things away. I know, and Sue will watch later this afternoon. She's so funny. She leaves work at the same time that we're live. Okay, so we've got those. I'm going to throw away these. We want to thank you guys for sharing our lives. We love it when you share. Oh, I know. I was going to ask you. If we do like a Saturday auction periodically, would you guys like that where we just do like for sure a timer? Only because we've got more stuff than we can ever get through. And so we were thinking about doing extra on Saturday. Devin's shaking his head no, but we'll never get through it if we don't. Okay, we have a few giveaways. If you want these, just say that you want them. This is like, and I know they're worth a little bit of money, but this one you're not going to want to ship. It's very heavy, but this is like a bookend. And I did Google lens it, and it is worth money, but I don't have room for this in my life. So if you want the sailboat, just put that you want the sailboat. If you want this vintage trivet, it's a vintage hot plate. If you want it, it looks like everything works. If you want it, just put hot plate. And then I have these two menorahs. I'm not sure. I have these two menorahs. If you want them, just say you want them. They're free to whoever wants them. I just have no space for this in my life. And so I figure I should reward you guys. And then I have two of these owl trivets. I believe they're owls. I'm not really sure. I have two of these owl trivets. So if you, yes, please, what, Evelyn? Yes, please, what? Yes, please, more auctions. Devin loves to hear that. Okay, Barb is the sailboat. Sorry, Evelyn, Barb was before you. I knew I should have auctioned them for $1 so that I don't have you guys fighting over it. But sorry, Barb was first. Judy Spivey, I'm kind of glad I'm back in the store too. Laura, you are 1 minute too late. You were a winner, but you're not. Laura, we are recording the live on Friday though. But the email that Devin sent out said Thursday, but it's actually Friday from 10 to 3. So I'm not sure if you're available Friday 10 to 3, but we will for sure video it. Okay, I still have the two owl trivets. I have the menorahs. If you want the two, like, I don't know if they're bookends or they might be for candles. I'm not sure. These are free if you want them. We just end up with some random stuff here at the shop every once in a while, or a lot lately. This is electric hot plate. If you want it, let us know. Free if you want it. Free if you want it. Okay, I'm just going to grab some things Doris put into auctions. She's got S1209. She has $5 on it. It has 2 yards of what feels like t-shirt material. So you have 2 yards of t-shirt material, and then you have a panel of parts. Actually, 2. there's two of these kind of pillow panels. So that's what it looks like. You've got two of these pillow panels and then 2 yards of it feels like t-shirt material, and 1209. Okay, I will, terracotta. Okay. Here, we're just going to start this at $1. $1 if you want this. S1209 is starting at $1. 1209. Oh, here's something for 25 cents. Although I don't know, this should be a freebie, I guess. I think Doris put 25 cents so you guys won't fight over it. But it literally is like scraps. S129 is 25 cents. S129 is scraps, but literally scraps. I mean, I might even put this in dog beds. 129 is 25 cents. 129. Riri's on Facebook and she's at, or on YouTube, and she's at $1 for the 2 yards of t-shirt and the panel. So the panel 1209 is at $1. And then Riri also wants the owls. There's two of you at $1. Oh, the scraps are to knit together. That makes sense because they're all the same size. Well, if you want to knit these scraps together, 25 cents. And Riri, Devin has not shipped your package yet because it's really big and awkward, but a lot of it is empty. So he was waiting for it to fill up. So maybe it will fill up today. Okay, let's see what else is in here. 1219. Wow, she's got these bags zipped up. I can't get into it. Oh, 1219 is 2 1 yards. This is actually from our shop. I'm not sure how she's put $5 on this. Apparently she's cleaning up the shop. S1219, these were fabrics in our shop, so good quality fabrics, 1 yard each. S1219 is starting at $5. 12 or crochet. Oh, perfect. Crochet, whatever you want to do with them, 25 cents. If you want them, 25 cents. Otherwise, I'm putting them in dog beds. S129 is starting at 25 cents for the scraps to knit or crochet together. 1209 for the 2 yards of t-shirt material. I actually was going to save this t-shirt material at one point because there was a teacher out of Oregon who taught you how to use a stencil on it, like spray-based a backing fabric, lay a backing fabric down, then spray base this onto it, and then you used a stencil on top of the t-shirts and then cut it away, and kind of like a mole kind of a thing, an idea. But anyways, if you've heard of that, this is great for that. S1209 is at $3. 1209 is at $3. 1219, no takers. And then 129, nobody wants the scrap. Well, if you want the scraps for free, if you don't want to pay 25 cents, let me know. Otherwise, we'll just move that on out to the dog bed. So let me know if you want it for free. You can have it. 1219 is at $5. 2 1 yards of good quality. I think this was Timeless Treasures fabrics. Nope, I'm totally lying. Kensington. Kensington for Quilting Treasures. So Quilting Treasures fabrics here. So S1219 is at $5. Mary Lou says she'll take the scraps, but only if it's free, not if it's 25 cents. Oh, Mary Lou, your bag is like overflowing. I don't know if it's gonna. Oh, okay. Your bag is overflowing. 129. She's got 2 tea towels in here. I know. Sometimes I should look through here and see what's in here. 129 is 2 tea towels, and one is butterflies and one is bird. So that's kind of interesting. It's just down at the bottom. So you've got 2 tea towels. One is butterflies, and then one, oh, it's the same thing just down at the bottom. I guess that's because that when you fold it and put it on your stove, all you see is that part. So you've got butterfly, bird. This one's birds and butterflies. Mary Lou says she'll be in this week. Okay. That's 1229. I don't know what a tea towel costs, but we've got $5 on this auction. 1209. 1209 is for the panel. We're going to close that up. Wow, I cannot believe nobody is outbidding Victor at $5. 1219. We have Brenda and Victor at $5. We will be here, Mary Lou. We will be here, especially if you come early. And we might close the shop for an hour at like noon so we can run and get another van load. But if I know you're coming, we won't close the shop. 1209. 1209 is Elaine for $3. Elaine for $3. And then 1229 for the 1219 for the 2 1 yards of polka dots, a black with red polka dots and a blue with white polka dots is at $6. Peggy and Brenda are at $6. Here, I'm going to put the tea towels at $1. $1. Devin says we can't have anything left over today. Okay. And then here is, I'm just going to mark this $1 because you guys aren't really in the bidding mood today. Devin, if you don't stop bouncing around, I'm going to go crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Why? Okay, 1199. You get a reusable bag and yarn. So here is, it's not chunky yarn, but it's kind of chunky yarn. So a whole variety of, we literally sell bags of yarn for way more than that for a variety of yarns. So if you want this bag of yarns, S1199 is starting at $1. 1199 is starting at $1, which is kind of crazy because we have bags for little bags for $5. 1229, Elaine for $1. Elaine, what time is it?
Like 4:40.
Okay. Oh, we still got a lot of time. Sorry, Riri, I already put her name on it. Oh, YouTube is a little bit. Look at 1229. Phyllis and Riri and Elaine wanted it. Sorry, Elaine put her name in there first. 1199 for all the yarn is at $1. 1199 is at $1. 1219 is at $7. Brenda's at $7. That makes it $3.50 a yard. That is for sure less than I paid for it. Okay, here is kind of a random, well, I mean, not really that random because we get all kinds of random stuff here at Fabric Chicks. But we have two placemats, and 1, 2, 3. I would wash this one. 3, 4, 5 napkins plus a red napkin bonus. I'm just going to start that at $1 today. S134, the auction is starting at $1 for the 2 placemats, 5 cloth napkins, and then the red napkin as a bonus. 1219 is at $7 for the polka dot fabric. The yarn is at $1. I'm trying not to rush it so you guys can get your bids in. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, here, she's got these put into 2. Okay. And 1219 is at $7. 134, no takers on this. I'm wondering if the internet is slow again. Okay, I'm going to put this away so I can clear more space. You want to help me, Devin? This is Mary Lou's. Mary Lou for $1. Mary Lou, you sometimes really score around here. Okay, I'm not going to put it in your basket since your basket is overflowing. 134 for the, we've got Jennifer Evans and Phyllis and Tina at $1. So we've got 3 of you at $1 for the placemats. And then we have 1219 is at $7. Here is, Fairy Frost. Where did this Fairy Frost come from, I wonder? If you don't know, Fairy Frost is kind of like a metallic-y. Oh, this looks like it could have been from my stash. Very suspicious here. You've got some pink Laura Heine fabrics. So just kind of the scraps from the red collection of somebody's stash. This is not mine. That's kind of weird. This one feels more crafty quality than quilty quality, just a heads up. And then you've got some hearts, so like a quarter of a yard of hearts. So the red bundle S1189 is starting at $5. 1189 is starting at $5. You've got some bigger pieces. This is like a fat eighth-ish kind of the Fairy Frost. But you've got a couple of fat quarters of this probably. So just a variety if you need to beef up your red stash. I don't know. These must have been cut for a project or something, maybe. S1189, $5. $5. S1189 is starting at $5. 134 is at, you do need a bigger basket. 134 for the placemats is at $2. And the 2 polka dot fabrics, 1219. 1219, 2 yards is going to Brenda for $7. Gosh, I should have just put that in my stash. Okay, $7 to Brenda. We have another auction, 1189, Victor's at $5. This would be good for a tote bag, if you ask me. You've got this kind of like satiny, I don't know what kind of fabric it is, but there's quite a bit of it. Then you have 3 1/4 yard of this kind of canvasy. Wait, 3/4 of a yard. I don't really know. 3/4 plus something by 42 inches of this stripe. And then on this one, it almost looks linen-y, but I don't think it is. You've got 2 yards and 10 inches. I think that's what that foot and inches means. I think it's 2 yards and 10 inches, if I had to guess. So kind of a good little colorway going there. You could do a tote bag out of it, really pretty tote bag. Or even the start of a jacket or something. S1109 is starting at $10. 1109 is starting at $10. Sue and Cope, we're glad you made it back. Okay, so 134 is for 2 placemats, 5 napkins, and a random napkin. That's at $6. And 1189 for the variety of red fabrics is starting at $5. And I believe Victor was at $5. Yeah, Victor's at $5. And then 1109 for the 2 yards of this stripe, 3/4 of a yard of this, and then this random piece of liner, I'm guessing. S1109 is starting at $10. 1109 is starting at $10. And who? Okay, let her. What time is it?
The one you're talking about, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay, let her in. Okay. I don't know. Okay. So Jan is at 10, or Fran is at $10 for the upholstery fabric. Devin was whispering in my ear. So it's so hard to stay focused. Oh, Brenda, it looks like Devin needs to mail your basket. Okay, let's see. Get that in a lane. Okay, I'm going to close these up. Get your final bits in so I can clear the table and bring out more stuff. There's a whole bucket here. It looks like that Doris or somebody got ready. Here is 134 Suacobe. 134, the placemats, Sue, $6. You might want to wash them, Sue, I would suggest. 1189, I think Victor is at $5. 1189, Victor is at $5. And let's see. Oh, Victor, you have an empty box. It looks like Devin must have shipped your box. Okay, 1109 is going to Fran for $10. Fran for $10. Wow, you guys aren't much into auctioning today, are you? Well, honestly, we just got to get rid of it. Okay, here is sports auction starting at $5. Sports auction starting at $5 as 1459. 1459. You've got a little piece of A's fabric. You've got some Los Angeles Dodgers fabric. That's quite a big piece. If you're into Dodgers, it's like a half a yard plus. You've got kind of some pink NASCAR. So pink race car fabrics. You've got some Patriots fabric. It looks like a yard plus of Patriots fabric. If you're a Patriots fan, you've got a yard plus of Patriots fabric. And I'm not sure. Somebody smarter than me will know whose fabric this is. I'm not sure who dresses up like a sailor, but I'm sure somebody. There's like about, I don't know, half a yardish of that. So S145 is starting. Did somebody come in? 1459 is, I think she was maybe texting about Wednesday. 1459 S1459 is starting at $5 for your sports fabric. So if you want sports fabric, S1459 starting at $5. Oh, maybe, Brenda. I'll tell Devin to get it shipped. I do see something that could be a quilt up there. Okay, S1459 is starting at $5. 1459 is starting at $5. What time is it?
4:50.
Oh gosh, we can do a lot more options. Okay, let's see what we got in here. I might combine these just because we got to get rid of some of this. What is this? These look like maybe something started. You could make a table runner with it, or maybe like a plant thing, a little table topper. So you've got 5 of these blocks. 5 of these blocks. Whoa. Okay, 5 of these blocks. Hang on a second. You could sew these together and then put a border around it, make a table runner. Then you have these vintage blocks. Wow, this is kind of like a treasure trove. You've got some vintage blocks here. Look here, this is ripped. But you could do something fun with it. Not sure what. It looks like a quilt was pieced together and then somebody unpieced it. and then one random here. And then you've got this kind of a lining fabric, which looks like it's a yard-ish, a yard of lining fabric. Now, this is kind of an interesting little bundle. And wait, there's more. You've got some lighthouses that you could sew onto some, like a postcard or something. You've got some strips, some random strips here. And then you've got this is kind of a fun fabric. You've got about 2/3 of a yard of lighthouse fabric. Massachusetts, Nova Scotia, Washington. So it's lighthouses from all over. So quite a random variety of stuff. So S1259 is starting at $10. 1529. One Buccaneers. Oh, this must be the Buccaneers. Okay, 1459 is at $5. 1529 is starting at $10. Just the lighthouse fabric is worth that. Okay, get your final bids in. I'm going to close up the sports themed fabrics. I've never seen pink race cars. At 1459 is going to Sharon Weber for $5. Sharon Weber for $5. And 1529 for the lighthouses. Victor is bidding on. So Victor's at $10. Victor's at $10. I'm going to move this out of my way. And if you guys are into wooden, handmade wooden toys, these are going to be on the auction on Wednesday. We have a whole bunch of them. We even have some that hook together. And we have a plane that is a piggy bank. So if you need this for your grandkids, so we're going to be auctioning this on Wednesday. Or if you need it for your husbands, there is a coin in there that Doris says it's a silver dollar, I think, so a $50. So Doris says that is worth something. But I don't know. We'd have to get a screwdriver and get it out. And apparently nobody wants to do that around here. So although I think that coin is probably worth more than the toy. So that will be on Wednesdays. 1529 is at $10. The next little batch that we have, Doris taped these so good. Oh, Peggy, you girls, you winos. There is a, let's see, a yard, maybe even more than a yard. It's a yard and a half of this wine fabric. So a yard and a half of this wine fabric, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Syrah. So a yard and a half of this beautiful purple fabrics. And then you've got a scrap of this kind of cheater print. It's not that big of a piece, but you could make pot holders or something fun out of it. Then you've got holy cow, I might have to take this out. Oh, sometimes I wish Doris knew what she was putting in here. Okay, look. For those of you Tulip Pink fans, there is a fat quarter. I'm sure this is a collector. I'm sure this is worth like $100 for this fat quarter. You've got a collector's Tulip Pink in here. Frog prints. There's a fat quarter of this in here. I can't believe it. I should have pulled it out before I said anything. You can see kind of the frog right here and the bumblebee. Fat quarter of Tulip Pink, priceless if you're a Tulip Pink fan. Right there, it's worth it for that. And then you've got a fat quarter bundle here of some cutesy little fabrics. I'm not sure what line that was, but a cute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fat quarters. So, this auction is, I'm just going to start it at $20 because I think it's going to get to $20. As if you know that fat quarter, I don't know how much it's going for on eBay, but I'm sure this fat quarter is going for a lot. S1409, the yard and a half of wine fabric, the fat quarter of tulip pink, the 6 fat quarters that coordinate from some line from cutesy line. S1049 is at $20. 1049 is at $20. And the lighthouse fabric we are going to give to Victor for $10. 1049 is at $20. Oh my gosh, this is going to be fun to see you guys. I'm sure somebody's already Googled how much that fat quarter is worth. I wish Devin was not on his phone and he was Googling how much. Can you Google? Oh, no.
I wish I wasn't on my phone, but I was Googling it.
Yeah, how much was it?
You told me not to be on my phone.
Okay, well, Google it for me. I didn't want you on your phone doing personal business on company time. Okay. 1049. 1049. Sorry, I probably confused you guys with the numbers. Do you have Google Lens? You can just take a photo of it.
Yeah, because that works.
Yeah. Devin's going to Google it and tell you guys how much it's worth. That frog prints. Victor went to $25. It's 6 fat quarters of this cute fabric, a yard and a half of the wine fabric, and a fat quarter of tulip pink, which I probably would have put in my collection if I had seen it. Oh, sometimes I don't know. I'm going to have to tell Dora she's got to look at the fabrics better before she just puts them in the bag. 1049. 1049. 1049 is at $25. Oh, you might be lucky. There might not be anybody on here that's tulip pink fan. Okay, here is some 5-inch squares, S1099. So these are brown fabrics that have been cut with like an AccuCut, all kinds of brown fabrics. So if you need to make a background fabric or a border or something kind of scrappy, S1099. Do you have to go to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you moving so much? You're making me nervous.
Keep going. Focus on you. I'll focus on me.
I'm trying, but you're making me nervous. You're like dancing over there. S1099 is starting at $5. Candy's at $27. Devin's, did you for a fat quarter?
Doesn't have the size on it.
Oh, Devin says he looked it up. He didn't see a size, but he said $40 for this fat quarter. S1049 with the tulip pink fabric in it and 6 fat quarters is at $27. Ants in his pants for sure. Like I've never seen him dance around like that. Okay. 1099 for the 5-inch charm pack. It is a lot of squares. So most charm packs now are $14.99. So just a variety of browns, a good little sampling of browns. 1099 is at $5. 1049. Wait, let me show you. So you've got a yard and a half of the wine fabric. You've got 6 fat quarters here, coordinated fat quarters, and then 1 fat quarter of tulip pink. I'm sure this is vintage tulip pink frog prints. I don't even remember when she did the frog prints line, but it's super cute. A lot of tulip pink's fabrics have like hidden designs in them. So here's his little feet. And then, well, there's his hands, there's his feet, and then there's his face with the bumblebee. Super cute. S1049 is at $27. 1049 is at $27. There's a yard and a half of the wine fabric, 6 fat quarters, and a cute little bundle, and the Tula pink fabric. Victor fabric here per meter. So a meter is 39 inches and a yard is 36 inches. So a meter, you're getting 3 inches more. And the average cost of fabric is $19.99 to $22.99. That's really not that much more than what fabric here in the US should be about $17 a yard. But I think people will pick up rock painting or something. So I'm trying to keep it affordable. Okay. 1099 is going to Elaine for $5. And 1049. Get your final bids in. I think Candy, it might be your lucky day. 1049 is going to. Don't show off my bag again. Candy, it's yours. $27. Just so you know, Evan said this, that one fabric is like $40. Although I'm not sure how good. He looked it up quick, so I'm not sure how accurate it is. Here. Oh, I can't. I was going to do a Google Lens from the phone, but Devin's filming from it. And there are lots of rocks here. Lots of rocks where?
Here. Where she live?
Are we talking about rocks?
You said rock painting.
Oh. Judy, that was like 5 minutes ago. I forgot that conversation. We are definitely trying to keep quilting affordable. And I think it's kind of like when times get tough, you got to get resourceful. So we're getting resourceful for you because we have to stay creative. Look at Candy. I did not put it in the bag. I'm going to put on Fabric Chick Stitch Along. I'm going to Google it and put on Fabric Chick Stitch Along how much that is worth. A half yard is going for $45 on eBay. Yeah, Candy got a steal. This was like that. You just never know. It's a treasure hunt. That's why I love. People keep asking me why we keep taking stuff. And that somebody told me today, at some point you're going to have to say no. And I said, okay, but I'm on my way right now to go get a van load of stuff. So tons of treasures in the van. We haven't even unpacked them yet. Haven't even looked at them yet. But you always find treasures like this that are literally going to the landfill. So we're glad we could rescue it. And we're glad it's going to go to a good home with Candy. And I think that is, what time is it now? We need a clock in here.
5:04.
Okay. All right. So that is all we have for today. We will work on something fabulous for Wednesday. So join us Wednesday at 4:00. Oh, Frog Prince. Oh, that's such a letdown. Elaine says it's only worth $8.18. Well, it just depends on where you're shopping. I kind of like Peggy's prices better. Okay, Sue, I will get you that panel. And let me know if you want the embellishment kit when you go back and rewatch it, Sue. All right, we will see you guys on Wednesday at 4:00. Go sew something. I want you to post it on Fabric Chick Stitch Along.